Hello and welcome to Creative Juice Without Pulp. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I manage my to-do list. I've seen a lot of Notion tutorials on creating a really good to-do list system. I probably have used like 3 or 4 different systems in Notion in order to just track my to-do list. However, I've found that this might be the simplest one, but for me, it's personally the most effective because I get to see the full month and not just the week. So I'll just show you the one that I see the most often. It's like Monday, and then this is turned into like a header and then given like a background color, and then this is duplicated, and then it's Tuesday, and then this is duplicated, and now it's Wednesday, my dudes. And then you have under this, you know, maybe sometimes I see bullet points and sometimes I see a to-do. Wash feet. I don't know why that was my first initial thought. And then in Tuesday we have, I don't know, buy a water bottle. I'm so quick on my feet, I know. This is typically what I see people do, and then they drag and drop this into an archive folder that they've made. I tried this, I didn't like it because I couldn't see the full month, and then, you know, clients are trying to organize with you saying, hey, how's your next week? And then you gotta go into different folders and stuff, and it was kind of just a lot of clicking around. I'd rather have something where I can see my full month, just so I can be really organized and on top of everything, but I still want to use kind of like icons in order just to delegate tasks and show the kind of tasks that are urgent. So what I do is, this is going to be a short tutorial because it's super simple, but personally this works the best for me. So you create a calendar inline. I actually have this as a drop down, and then I've put it into a sync block, so I can have this calendar in multiple pages, which I find really useful. So this is the calendar. So what I would do is go in here, create a thing, subscribe to my channel. Then add an icon. I use a few icons, but the main ones, I can only use 3 for this. You have warning sign, which means it's urgent. Another one I would create, if it's not urgent, then I would just phone Gary. Just create it like that. Or if I'm seeing my girlfriend, I know I'm so romantic, I hit the love icon. GF dinner. This makes it super easy for me to just drag and drop stuff into different days. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I can't do that this day, I have to do it this day. And then once I've completed a task, so make this video. Once I've completed a task, the icon I add is a little tick. This might seem, I'm also going to make this small text and large so you can see the full thing. I know this seems super simple and maybe not as like aesthetic as a lot of other to-do lists. However, this personally works for me. Another thing you could do is, say if you don't have a specific day you want to add it to, you just have your general to-do list. What you could do is, say if you really want to do the to-do list, kind of these things, and we'll create this into a heading 2. We'll do change YouTube banner. If you have like a bunch of stuff 1, stuff 2. So if you have a bunch of stuff just like in a general to-do list, like this, and then you think, you know what, I should do stuff number 2 on Wednesday, you can simply drag and drop into Wednesday. And you know what, it's pretty urgent for Wednesday. So I add the warning sign, and now I can see that. Right now it looks super empty, obviously, because I'm just creating this for this purpose, but my one is, you know, kind of every day planned for this month, with a bunch of warning signs. And then all the previous days are hopefully, well, they should be all just the check icon, because if you didn't do it that day, then you simply drag it to the next day. So this works really well for me. I also like that I can leave myself like a little note for that to-do list if it's important, like by hitting the subscribe button. I can't spell. Another thing that you could do, again, I think sometimes people add kind of too much stuff sometimes to Notion, but you could add properties, you know, this might be, you know, you could select what kind of type of thing it is. This could be useful. So this is a work thing, and then in here you'd go properties, and then you want to show the type of thing. So make this video, that's a work thing. Phone Gary, you know what, Gary's a friend, so I'll have him in a friend thing. I personally don't think this is super necessary, but you might want that to stay organized. I don't know, I'm just showing you the option. But yeah, typically I'll just make some fake stuff, fake one. So this is kind of like how the old one would look. I don't have this property switched on with a type of thing. But yeah, every day is kind of just a bunch of ticks. And then if you ever need to kind of go back and see, oh, what did I do on that Wednesday? I don't delete this stuff. I like to keep it. Then I can always see, you know, if a client says, what day did you work on this? I actually track client work in a separate page in Notion where I can actually see every single minute that I spent on a client project, because I bill, you know, hourly. So that's always useful to track. However, I can quickly see here, if I'm on the phone with them, oh yeah, I did your thing on Wednesday. Or you can see when you hang out with someone or whatever. It's just useful to have, instead of always archiving stuff and then scrolling through archives, which was an old system that I used. I find this super useful. Another thing that you could have that I used to do is a phone icon for this kind of stuff. That's, you know, phone this person, call this person. You might have to contact someone. I have to contact a few people every day, and then, you know, I know that this isn't like a super like big task. I can just see it's cool Gary. That might be a 3-minute thing. So that's actually another thing with this. People like a lot of Notion videos track stuff with, you know, how important is it, when is it due, blah, 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 blah. And the second you start having like too much information in your Notion, it almost gets like overwhelming going in there and seeing just way too much data. Don't get me wrong, I literally track every single aspect of my life in Notion. Every single project or every single client, everything is tracked in Notion. And that's super useful. However, when you just start adding too much and like you want to give yourself like a little task, like clean dishes, and you have to go through a bunch of properties, you know, like how long will it take? How important is it? Blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, there's just too much unnecessary data. So I just prefer working with the fact that if it's super important, give myself the little warning icon, then I know it has to be done that day. Kind of sometimes the less data, the better for your to-do list. Yeah, and the best thing about this is the simple drag and drop. I really like that. I think that kind of beats a lot of other to-do list apps. Another good one is To-Do, the company. And I tried that, but again, I can't see the full month. I like Notions, you know, how you can move stuff between pages and everything like that. Having everything in the one place just makes it super easy. I literally always have Notion up on one of my screens, either like tracking my time or tracking what I need to do or what's coming up, whatever project I'm working on. There's always something important on one of the screens on Notion. This is my really simple to-do list. I hope it was useful. It's a very short tutorial. If you want any more Notion tutorials, then make sure you hit the like button. I wasn't sure if I was going to do more Notion videos. I did one last week about book organization. If you have a long reading list and you just want it organized in like a nice bookshelf kind of vibe where you can see the images of every single book, then check out that video. If you want other Notion tutorials and maybe like budgeting or client work and how to track that stuff, then hit the like button and I'll start making more Notion videos. But yeah, otherwise this channel is all about graphic design and advertising. So yeah, I hope you thought the video was useful, and if you did, I'll see you next Sunday because I post videos every single Sunday. So I'll see you then.